Okay, here is a native Palauan friend here, and I want her to introduce to the class.
Hi, I'm Linnea Olsink. I'm Palauan. My dad is Palauan. My mom is from mainland, and I was born in the northern Mayan Islands, Saipan, and I lived there for a couple years, and then moved to California.
Great, thank you. So, what do you think of the future of your ancestral land? How important to you being a Palauan ancestry?
I think it's really important. I think it's something I didn't really think about a lot until I came here to Hawaii and studied more about the kapu land here, the sacred land here. And that's kind of when I started thinking a little bit more about like my own ancestry and my own roots, and thinking like I want Palauan land to be Palauan land, because I think a big part of culture is the land and the preservation that's on there. And so like when you lose the land, it's kind of hard to keep the core of the culture alive, because you don't have those locations where it was practiced before, and maybe the speakers aren't speaking Palauan, and there's just different dialects, and so it's the same but it's different. And so like I don't know, just not being on Palau almost makes me feel like I have more of a responsibility to preserve it, because I feel like we need to keep it alive, and I don't want it to be a dying culture within the next 50, 100 years.
Great. So, since you said that you have a responsibility as a Palauan ancestry, my next question would be tied with that. Since you are an American citizen with ties to Palau, how will your contribution help with land issues?
I think it has a lot to do with like the mission of this school, with enter to learn, go forth to serve. I really do believe that like what I'm learning here can help me just like preserve my culture here and in Palau. And so kind of going back to the responsibility with the land issues, like I might not be able to go and just like demand the land back, but I know that I could talk to people on mainland, talk to other Palauans around me, and maybe even go back hopefully one day and just be able to I think raise awareness, because a lot of these smaller islands in the Pacific are kind of overlooked because they're smaller territories, smaller cultures, and maybe less people practicing that culture. So I think just raising awareness of land issues and dying languages and cultural, like I guess reviving culture, yeah. So just raising awareness and like talking to people about it and educating not only other people but myself on the culture and the issues with land and who has what. It gets a republic, but there's a big giant Capitol building in the middle of like the grassy mountains, and so it's just different. And so I think I don't know, just like especially with land, I feel like there's not much I can do specifically tying to land, but things that I can do that could help preserve it, just educating people.
Thank you.